is the agenda for the webinar and what I promised to do on this video for you. And that is, I promise to just show you multiple ways that you can generate opportunity, grow your business, maybe be alerted of new jobs, new calls for bids, new calls for proposals, new deals, ways that you can grow your email list or drive visitors to your website. And so I'm going to show you multiple ways that you can monetize online using a brand new platform called Meetum. And I'm going to share with you over 7 ways to generate opportunities using social media. And these are things that anyone can do. What it means is you don't have to be on a camera. You don't have to be some extreme extrovert that is publishing on social media all day long. These are practical ways that people can leverage. So does that sound good? Is that fair enough? And at the end, if you enjoy the content, I'm going to invite you to share it with other people. You can share the broadcast at any time that you feel like, hey, this is really great information, and also this might help so-and-so, then do so. And the only catch of the webinar is that while all the strategies I'm sharing with you are free and you can jump on the free platform and all that, if I deliver value, then I'm going to show you some premium ways that you can leverage the information too. So either way, you're going to get some incredible tips and incredible strategies and information during this webinar, okay, during this video that you're catching. So really quick, my background, I actually started and I graduated school back in 1995 and started working. I first became a licensed Baptist minister, then moved into working at a church, and then the entrepreneurial bug really bit me, and we've become the multiple business owner of a software business. We've been doing financial market education. We've been publishing. I'm also an author. I just released my latest book called Belief, and that has been going really well. And we hit our stride back in 2008, 2009, right after the market crash. And that's where we discovered how to build some audiences online. And we initially built some audiences into the hundreds of thousands and then on into the millions, which allowed us to create some incredible revenue days. $10,000, $50,000, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 revenue days in our business. And I've also been recognized, this last little bit about my background, I also have been recognized as one of the top advertisers on one of the very most popular platforms that you're probably familiar with. Won't say the name of it, but I recently received an award from them because of just running all of the ads for our different businesses and out of millions of advertisers. So I share all that because that's kind of important if you want to learn this stuff, that you know that you're learning from someone who's been in the trenches, isn't just shooting it from theory, right? So I want to share a story with you before I start actually showing my screens, because I'm going to actually walk through. We're going to roll up our sleeves. You're going to be able to take pictures. You'll be able to refer back to this video, make notes. So there's going to be a lot of how-to and walk-through and instructional, all right? But I want to share with you a couple stories that I think will really drive it home. And so one of them, first of all, back in 07 and 08 is I discovered that, wow, you could leverage social media in its early days, where you could jump on a platform and bypass gatekeepers. You could get right to decision makers. And for many of us, that's a big deal, getting past the gatekeeper. And that allowed me initially to drive millions of dollars in business. And that's when I discovered that and that was in high ticket sales environment. That's when I discovered, wait a second, this social media thing, there's something to it. And I started leveraging that I started doing private messaging on multiple platforms. I did it on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and I started messaging where I would use the search and start doing that. And that allowed me to do some major deals. I then discovered that if you posted in groups, and back then, and even in 2009, 2010, that you could drive major visitors to your website. And people join these groups, and I don't know how many of you are familiar. You might not be as familiar with some of the social media groups, but if we talk about Yahoo groups and some of these things that have been around for, Yahoo groups, 19 years, and Can you imagine starting the first group? And I don't know what industry you're in. So if you would type in what industry you're in, okay, and I'll try and look. And the reason why I highlight that is because people started groups even 19 years ago on, all types of things like finance, stock market, Forex, golfing of all things, right? How to make pizzas and, food service and, traveling and all of these things. And the people who originally started those groups, some of them, those groups went on to be 100,000 in size to 200 to 1 million in size. And can you imagine health and wellness, for example, is one of them. You jump into a group, it's laser targeted. You join groups and communities because, you do that because you see that there's potential value for you if you align with like-minded people, right? And so that if we date back to even that far, that there's been huge potential and people have leveraged it and monetized it. And so if we bring it back up to 2009, 2010, we discovered that you could drive major website traffic, targeted website traffic, if you posted your links in groups. But now, you fast forward to today, and that's just not the case up till now. Up till the platform I'm about to show you, which will change it all again. And then we discovered that, you could post it at specific times in LinkedIn groups and drive website traffic, all based on targeted interest, right? And we just named some of them. Does that make sense? Is this making sense, at a fundamental level for everybody? And then we discovered that, wait a second, we could join a group or in search on like LinkedIn or Twitter, and we could message people, right? And what we found out was this, and this is huge, just because this is going to enlighten you on some things that you can be doing, is if we started messaging these people about our business directly, we would see 6 to 15% respond back and go and say, they would say stuff like, okay, yeah, we want more information. And that was pretty good in what we call direct response, right? But that didn't mean they wanted to buy it yet, right? Or do business with us. However, we found out what if we were creators of some of these groups and communities, and we got good at creating these communities around common industry terms that would attract our market. And so we said, well, what if we sent messages to our target market, inviting them to our community? And the reason why we decided that was smarter was because we could create these community pockets of 1,000, 2,000, 100,000, 500,000 people, millions of people in these groups. We ended up with over 300 groups. And the really cool thing why we did it is because we were able to email these people once a week. I mean, think about that. Grow a social community that people would join because they saw the common mission and group name and industry term, where a lot of goodwill was being switched around and people were delivering value. People weren't just being massively pitched, right? That's the power of social media. And so when we discovered that you could create these groups, that got really exciting. We got really aggressive with that. And, we had things like, we had a group on jobs. We had one for doctors. We had one for chiropractors, sales, marketing, networking, roofing, retail, real estate. We had all types of groups, and it was awesome until it wasn't. And what I mean is when we started seeing over the last 4 or 5 years where our messages that we would send out weekly would start failing, and we would find out that, wait a second, we weren't getting as much website traffic when we would post links. And that got really frustrating. And so we decided that we would start wireframing a brand new business platform, brand new network, social network, where you could drive opportunity and people would be rewarded, and where there wouldn't be so much censorship and bias. I don't know about you. Anybody tired of all the censorship and bias that's out there? Type in if you are, and the lack of consideration. Like if you jump on a platform, it seems like most of the decisions that are made at the corporate level are not keeping you in mind, right? You go grow a community, I just grew a recent community, another community on Facebook, and I grew that community to thousands, yet if I posted my own community that I grew, that I spent my hard-earned money to grow, guess what? If let's just say I have 8,000 people in that group, only 100 people will see a post that I post in there. Doesn't make any sense because I just went and grew it. Yeah, one of you guys said very tired of it. And so I just went and grew it, but most of the people don't even see my message. So again, here's what you're going to be learning that I'm going to be showing you. And I want to be clear that you don't have to be an extrovert. You don't have to be doing a bunch of camera videos. You don't have to be learning the latest hack, and all of these things, because that's what we see a lot of, is everyone's trying to figure out the latest hack and how to game the system and all of that. But what if we got back to what authentically social media was all about on both professional and relational level, right? So that's what we're going to do. And so here's, as we get ready to share my screens, I want to kind of just set the table. You will be rewarded on our platform, Medium.com, by helping others. When you provide solutions, when you meet needs, and you solve problems, you will be rewarded on our platform, and you'll have the ability to engage with those who help you. So what that means is once people have helped you, provided a great group or a great opportunity or a great discussion, those two people's information can become unlocked and you can begin to engage. All right. So with that said, I'm going to see if I can get my screens shared here, and bear with me as I do this. Okay. And I will pull this up, and one more second. And I'm going to minimize myself here so you guys can see this better. And so I'll make a couple more adjustments. Let's just see if this is coming through right. So here we go. We're going to talk about how you can generate these leads, like we just said a moment ago, and how to generate additional website visitors. So this is Medium.com. So MEETUM.com. And so you can come here, you can register, you can sign up, and you can do that. It's free to sign up. It's free to use. And so this may be the first time you ever seen this, but we're adding a lot of new members every single day. And it's a social network that drives real business and connections and opportunities while removing the bias. And that's really big. And that's probably worth repeating, right? And hey, Mark, nice to see you jumping on as well. And so when you log in, here's your dashboard, kind of typical to what you would see on a social platform, right? Where you have a news feed, you've got your connections, your profile, and you have a network where you can grow your network. And you've got your groups and opportunities. And the first thing I'll say is you can have unlimited connections on this platform. Excuse me, I may need to take a few drinks here during this video. So that being said, you can under the network section, you can invite people to the platform once you join, and you can just type in their email address or upload a CSV file on there on the right, and you can message people on the platform. We'll talk more about that in a moment. One of the things I would highly encourage you to do is share the platform with others that are in your contact database. Invite them to register as well. And you can message. So if you click on the upper right, there's a message box up there where you kind of see that alert. And right there by my little dot picture on the upper right, there's a message box, and you can actually send messages to people. You can type in their name if you know it. You're able to do that. You can engage back and forth with messages. You can also mark a message as spam on the platform. We'll talk more about why that is in a minute and what that means. And there's also the group section. And the group section is incredibly powerful. And the reason why the group section is so powerful is I want you to think about this again, all right? And that is, we join a social platform and we all gravitate to groups that we have an affinity for, that we have an interest in, right? We all do. And does that make sense? And so we'll naturally join, like if we're into marketing, or if we're into social media, or we're into sales or entrepreneurship, SEO or real estate or blockchain, pharma, finance, startups, oil and gas, CBD. CBD is a big topic right now as we're doing this video and doing this live stream. And a lot of people are talking about it, right? And so biohacking, business development, funnels, video marketing, coaching, anti-aging, affiliate marketing, walking, jobs, WordPress, right? Chiropractic, beauty. You see, as I name some of these, you're like, oh yes, I that's me. That's me right there, or that's me right here. And so guys and ladies, the thing about it is that, on these various platforms, we see that there's millions of groups and millions of people in size in the group. So a group might range from 10 people to 100 people to 2 million or 3 million people, right? And the thing that's really powerful about Meetum that I'll show you here in a moment is that these names are unique. Like, look at this software, content marketing, construction, outdoors. And when I say they're unique, I mean, once you create that name, no one else can have that name on the platform. It's exclusive to you. And so law enforcement, private jets, insurance, management, news, corporate law, leadership, corporate travel, aviation, biotech, commercial real estate, pharma, financial services, trading, automotive, facility services, loans. You see, I could go on and on and on. And the purpose of that is to show you just what the potential is. Anybody starting to see some ideas on, oh, wait a second, here's if I could connect the dots for a second, it's this, is that people will start joining groups that they have an affinity for. And why would you want to join a group? Why would you want to be a part of a group? I'm going to show you some powerful reasons here as we talk through this. So each group name is exclusive and never can be created again. You can be a part of unlimited groups. So let's just take, for example, let's take a look at the marketing group here, right? The marketing group here is one, for example. So right here, we just, launched the platform just a few weeks ago. You might be seeing this months later. And so with this marketing group, people who are interested in marketing, maybe people who are semi-marketing experts, they maybe function in a marketing role, or they market their businesses a lot, they might join this group. And in here, we'll have like a description, and we optimize it here in the group. But the big thing that you want to do in a group is you want to generate goodwill. You want to post valuable content in the group, such as like how to build a large audience or whatever it might be. Basically, whatever group that you have, you want to be a problem solver, a solution provider, someone that is giving value to them. So even if you don't own the group, let's just say you are a member of the group, you want to provide value in the group, you want to generate goodwill in the group, right? And the reason why is that raises your status and that will generate opportunity. More importantly, let's just say, for example, like I posted here how to build a large audience. And in the group, if people comment on that discussion, well, then I'm rewarded by the platform with their contact information. Why? Because our policy is that, look, if you provide valuable content and people engage, when they engage, you're able to connect back and forth. You're able to dialogue. And so it becomes very powerful. Now, here's another thing. Like if you join these groups where your target market is, well, you can click on the members and you can actually message the members if you're a part of the same group. And so you can go and click on the members and you can begin to message them. Message box will pop up. Now, here's the thing. you can send messages, but you want to send them to your target market. If you send them to someone that is not your target market and you're not functioning with business acumen, that's not going to work. So let me just put it like this on the screen. If you send messages to people who are not your target audience and you're just pitching them, you're not without creating goodwill, they can and they probably will mark you as spam. And then our system will note that. And then when you hit a certain number of messages that are marked as spam, our system will basically lock you down. So it's self-regulated, it's self-governed, and it means that you have to be better at helping others and generating goodwill rather than just always directly pitching. So it might go something like this, where I might message, let's just say Mark, and I say, hey, Mark, I know we're part of the same group, and I created this special 7 tips on how to marketing tips, because he's a part of the marketing group, 7 marketing tips for 2019 that I'd like to give to you. And you give them the link, and the link just requires their email address, right? And so he opts in, he gets the free goodwill report or tips or video or whatever you want to make for him. And now you generated goodwill and you've obtained their email address. And so that is a way for you to generate leads, right? And so that's what we're talking about. And this is the power, the pure power of social media, is authentic engagement and goodwill. And so you can be a part of as many groups as you want where you are doing that, where you can post, let's just say you come into the group, you could post a link to your website. And the only way I would do that, guys and gals, is this, and I'm just going to back up here, is I would highly recommend that if you join a group, you jump in that group and you deliver value over weeks, even a couple months, where the owner of the group knows that you are an asset to the group before you start posting any links out to your website. And then you even engage with the group owner and say, look, I've been providing value, helping, and would you mind if once or twice a month I post a link to my website that's going to be of something of free information or free value? And more than likely in that case, they're not going to mind it. And that is a way for you to generate 200 to 300 website visitors that day. But here's the tip. You say, well, how do I do that every single day? Well, you go join, 50 groups, 100 groups, where you can do that, and you start cultivating goodwill by discussions that don't even go outside the group. You just keep the content in there, and you start cultivating that. And so we're going to dive deeper into that. So let's look at that. Okay, so here it is. You can offer to be a group moderator. So you could actually reach out to the group owner and say, hey, I see that you own that CBD group. I would love to be a moderator. And so you just click on the members, you reach out to the owner, and here's some ways that you can maximize being a moderator of the group, meaning you help delete posts that are not relevant to the group. You maybe add one piece of valuable content a week in the group, and maybe you even invite other people, but you do it all for free. And what if you did multiple groups that way? So you maybe do it in exchange to be able to post and promote your content a couple times per month in the group. So you get the owner of the group to agree to it, and you can do it in exchange for the group owner even doing a dedicated email. Say what? Yes, because here's one of the powerful things about the groups. The group owner is able to export the email addresses of the members. Why? Because, again, the policy is that if you join a group, the creators of that content of that group get your contact information. And so I want you to think about this. So a group owner could send out a dedicated email once or twice a month for you. So super powerful, isn't it? Think about that. And that might be reasons why you might want to create a group. And then you have the ability to even position your content, such as pinning a post. And you can amplify by having someone who can work for you, maybe a virtual assistant or someone on your team, where you could do this with multiple groups. You guys seen this? And again, all that I'm showing you is free. So you could create your own group. So which would even be a smarter thing to do, is do both. Help moderate in groups and create your own communities. And guys, we're not even halfway through some of these strategies, all right? So I'm just showing you one thing first right now. Anybody learning anything? And if you're enjoying this and learning, click the share button, tell others about it. So you can create your own groups. You can come in and click create a group, upload your image and header. You can choose the industry. The big thing here is making sure that you pick a good common industry term name that's not already taken, so that people will have a natural affinity for it. The biggest error I see within social media for business is that people create communities and name it wrong. And the very first thing that's probably the most important is the naming and branding of your group. And if you name it your company or LLC or LP or some crazy name that no one knows, you're going to probably not get as much traction off of this to the initial name. And the reason why that's a big deal is because people search common industry terms. And if you can have a group name that's around that, number one, there's immediate affinity buy-in that there's going to be value. Number two, more people will find it. And because these groups are search engine friendly. And so I would, these are things to consider, right? So if you take a look at it, you'll put a description. You'll say, "Hey, welcome to our community. We discuss all things marketing." If you're a marketing group, right, like this one is, here's some of the best ways to get a value out of the community. Hey, be positive, don't spam, be a good person. We talk, and then I put in there, we talk a lot about branding, direct response, marketing channels, copywriting, funnels, direct mail, and websites. You guys know why I put those other keywords in the description? Here's the reason why. As my group grows, it SEOs it, and if people are searching on Medium for groups around copywriting or websites, my group will show up in the search results. Does that make sense? And so now you could, if you're a group owner, let's flip the coin, you could recruit moderators. And guys, this is amazing because we've done this repeatedly where we would offer and allow them to post content 2 to 4 times per month in exchange for them helping to moderate and keep our group on point. We would offer to do a dedicated email, but we would do dedicated emails every quarter, but we would require them to invite X number of people per month to the group. Okay, as a group owner. So it was another way for us to grow the group for free. And the moderators would want to do it because they would want the brand recognition. They would want the status, right? Is that powerful? And does this make sense to you guys? So you could have a group, offer people to be moderators and say, look, I want you to invite 100 people a month to the group from the platform. Doesn't mean 100 people have to show up or join. And then you say, and then I want to see X number of growth in the group per month. And then if those numbers are hit, I will allow you to do X number of posts and I'll do X number of dedicated email announcements. So this was a way for us to recruit 2, 3, 4 moderators for a group, and we would massively grow it. And so another powerful tip for you. Now, we also have the opportunity section, guys, where this is amazing. I want to show you this because we said, wouldn't it be cool if we could drive more business, more jobs, more opportunities on the platform? So you could post an opportunity for a job posting, a request for proposal for your business. On the project, you could do a deal offer because you're running a deal right now, or you could do call for bids for some big scale project. And you can choose your industry, you can drop in your details on it, and people can apply for it. And even better yet, so there's that side of it. And once someone applies, once someone engages, guess what? Then those parties' information is unlocked, right? So again, it drives opportunity. But guys, look at this. What if you could set an alert for any of those opportunity categories to be alerted in any industry that you want to be alerted on, and you get an alert every time a new opportunity becomes available in that section? Well, that's exactly what you can do. So super powerful. So, and everything that we've covered, you guys can do for free. Does that make sense? You can do these strategies for free, guys. It's just a matter of you putting in the time and effort. And it's all on Meetum.com, Meetum, just like you see there on the screen, .com. And so there's even more coming, over the coming days and coming weeks. We have a lot of updates and enhancements on a regular basis. A lot of things that will blow you away, okay? And I say all of that because we're just in the first phase. If you're just joining the platform at the time that I'm doing the live stream, that's the beginning phase. But there's so many other enhancements that we're adding, and people will see those every week. And so what's the catch? What's the gotcha? Well, there really isn't a catch. What we're doing is we're saying, look, if you grow a group and you begin to really get it up in size, then once it gets up to like 10,000, then you'll pay a monthly subscription if you're a group owner to be able to have premium support. And let me back up because I want to drive a point home. I don't think you guys saw this, so I'm going to pull it up and show it to you. You see there in the right side, in fact, let me find it here. Right here in the group, in the right side, you see where it says members emails? A group owner right there, that arrow down, that's the download button for a group owner to download the emails. And so we're even putting right there where the mailbox is where group owners will actually be able to internally be able to send an email right to everyone in their group that will land right in their email inbox. So as a group grows, we're going to charge the group owner when it gets higher in size. So initially, again, no charge. It's completely free. You can join as many groups as you want. That'll never cost you, okay? So let me just show you this. So as a group owner, once you get 10,000 people in the group on up to 20,000, you basically would pay $10 a month subscription to be able to download those email addresses, those contacts that are your people that you've been growing. It'd be a monthly subscription. Now, that's all on the left side there. Once you have 20 to 49,000, it's $30 a month. So it's very incremental. And that's not even been unlocked to the group owners that have to pay that yet because we're in the early stages. We're not even having them pay yet. And so the optional side is where optional email panel pricing will be, where you'll be able to send emails. And when you have between 1 and 9, almost 10,000, it's $15 a month. You have 10 to 20,000, it's $35 a month. And it's all integrated through SendGrid. So you can monetize the platform in multiple ways. So let's just say you're not even clear what business you have, but you guys see how you can go and create multiple communities around different industry interests and basically grow assets, grow lists, grow assets where you can then monetize it. You can send out emails. You can, here's one big thing that a lot of group owners have done over the years is that companies will come and pay them to send out an email promotion. They might pay $10,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, depending on the size of the group, for you to send an email out offering their product or service. And so those are powerful ways that you can monetize it, not even considering your own business. And so, a lot of people are looking at how do you tap into the power of social media at a really good level, at the community level, and this is it. And so now there's also the Meetum premium options, and that was what I was saying earlier was obviously we went through a lot of great content, a lot of great strategies, but there's some premium options like where you can get a premium name with us. And basically those premium names are the names that I basically highlighted just a moment ago, like entrepreneurship, startups, CBD, oil and gas, right? So really the premium names are priceless. You can't even necessarily put a price tag on it. Can you imagine being the person who owned the jobs group or the finance group on Yahoo, who ended up with millions of people, or on LinkedIn? However, the sad thing is LinkedIn basically stripped all group owners of any benefit. right? So all these people went and grew these platforms and then didn't have any, they're the backbone for why the platform grew. We believe at Meetum, it's for the people, by the people. But when you have a name that is unique, that you control it, especially these top, like I'd say 100 that we have locked down at Meetum, because anyone can come on and create a name right now. You can create a group. We're not, you can do that. However, we already have the top 104, 107 industry names locked down. And so those come with, you can apply to get those. I'm going to talk about how you can do that. But really, that's priceless. I mean, when you think about it. And so some of those names, for example, like marketing, that's one of them. Social media, entrepreneurship, sales, travel, SEO, blockchain, software and technology, real estate, fitness, finance, biohack, business development, CBD, Google Ads, startups. You can see them here: China business, home business, video marketing, funnels, jobs, WordPress, branding, anti-aging, affiliate marketing, advertising, chiropractic, medical, Facebook ads, food service, direct mail, e-commerce, speakers, builders. So basically any group that you join on Meetum, or you get on Meetum and you see that I am the owner of, those are the premium groups, right? And I can go on and on and on. So if it's an industry term, I probably got the top one already. And the reason why is because that is the way that we have been funding the growth of Meetum, where everyone can jump on and use it. And so does that make sense to everybody? So I could keep going through some of the names like lending, loans, banking, facility services, golfing, financial services, biotech, pharmaceuticals, trading, automotive, consultants, corporate law, news, ad skills, leadership, corporate travel, executives, essential oils, consulting, naturopathic, homeschooling. So there's also premium group growth where you can get your group featured. And what that means is incredible value where you can be featured. We're releasing this this asset here in Meetum here in the coming weeks, where basically when you're on the news feed, you're going to see the suggested groups on the right, and we can basically place your group as a suggested group at a premium where they can more and more people see it and cause them to join without you even having to go out there and invite people. So Mark is asking, how do I create a group? You go to the groups and you can click create a group under the group section, okay? And so so there's a way for you to have us work on your behalf to grow your group if you need help with it. We also have premium coaching where it's basically a Power Users Meetum group where we do 6 live group video calls. And so you get the private group that we have and then 6 live group calls as well. The private group, that basically is ongoing. And only people who've paid for the premium coaching can be a part of that group, right? Incredible value. And then we have the premium access, which is one-on-one coaching and consulting with me and our mastermind. So our next mastermind is coming up in March 23rd through the 25th, I believe, in St. Louis. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we do them quarterly. And so one-on-one consulting includes the mastermind. We meet 4 times a year. So there's premium ways that you can do it. And so incredible value there. And the way that we do all of that, if you're interested in the premium options. So if you were to think about it, how valuable would it be to have a premium name? Next month, the month after, as people are joining the groups, and you get 1,000, 5,000, 20,000, 100,000, 500,000 people in your group, and you have a targeted database like that, you can monetize multiple ways, and getting your group to be grown. You can jump on the platform and invite people. You can invite your network, and here's what's awesome about it. It will begin to steamroll for you. And you by creating content and inviting and encouraging other people to invite to your group, it'll just begin to grow. And that's why the sooner you can get your group to rank, higher in the search results on Medium, the more it will just steamroll and more people will join it. Does that make sense? Because you'll be one of the top higher groups in the search result, not just beside the suggestion. And so it's incredible value, guys, but what we're doing for a limited time is by application. If you have interest in the premium options, again, you can plug into Medium. All of it's free, okay? Once you own a group and you get it to that 10,000 or more in size, you'll pay a small monthly subscription as the group size goes up. However, I just want to be really clear. You can way more get a return and monetize than the amount we're paying for the subscription, right? That you're being charged for the subscription. Does that make sense? So it is by application only, because we only have so many premium names. We have only so much space for the coaching. We can only feature so many people on the homepage for premium growth and the mastermind access. We only have a little bit of space in the mastermind. So the way it works is you can go and apply at basically right there's the domain. And just to be clear, it's apply.medium.com. Someone type that in the comments for me. Apply.medium.com. And then if someone wouldn't mind just even typing in medium.com for people to register, depending on what platform you're on, where you're seeing this right now, you can actually join Medium. But if you want to apply for some of the premium options, it's just a really simple survey. We ask you some basic questions so we can find out more if we can actually help you if you qualify for one of the premium services or all of them, okay? And so we want to make sure it's the right fit for everybody. So here's the thing. Did anybody learn anything here on this video, on this live stream, this webinar? So I want to drive a point home. The power of organic social media are communities. And when done right, you can generate massive amounts of leads, okay? And so that is the beauty of social media, and that's what we need to get back to, is providing goodwill and helping people, solving problems, providing solutions, instead of everybody being told they need to be on their iPhone, on the camera all the time. Everybody being told they need to always be this extrovert and spend 4 hours a day on a camera in social media and be this influencer and basically live a fake lifestyle. No, let's get back to authentically what social media for business can be. Let's get back to removing the bias and a platform for the good guys, instead of a bunch of people sitting in a corporate setting that have socialist views, because this is a capitalist view platform. Medium is. And I'll just be really clear about that. And so the only censorship you're going to see on this platform is when it doesn't agree with our moral compass and where we're at with our values. And so, if anything, outlandish things that you see on the other platforms that are allowed, that are so left-wing, those are the things that won't be allowed on this platform. And so just to be really clear, all right? So if that resonates with you, if you found value on this, please share about Medium with others in your network, people, your friends, your family, your coworkers, your church members, and let them know about this platform for such a time as this. And if you're interested in the premium options, then go to apply.medium.com. Thank you, everybody who typed in the links there during this live stream with me. I just want to check and see. Everything looked like it went through real good on the live stream, guys. So any questions that you have for me, I'm going to take those questions now. There will be a little bit of a delay because the moment that I'm asking and for you guys to submit questions, there's a delay. And so I'm just going to watch and see if those pop up on my feed here. And if there's some questions, we'll go and we'll talk about them. We'll go live to my screens if we need to, and we'll look through that. And so I'm just going to invite those questions to come in now. And if you have them, type them in for me. and I'll get ready here on my screen to show you. In fact, as we're doing that, I'm going to show Mark. I'm going to go to meet him, and I'm going to show Mark how to set up a group, or where to find the groups at. And I'm going to grab a drink real quick as this is popping up, and I'll see what questions come in. Okay. So here we go. So here, as you're coming into the group, into your news feed, you can go under groups here, and as you click on groups, right here, you're going to see this come up, and you can see the little box that says create a group, and you can create a group. You can search groups, so you can find the groups that you're interested in here. You can discover different industries where the groups are at. And so, Mark, that should help with that. A great thing that you can use to create the group graphic or header, you can use canva.com. Canva.com, Canva.com. And this is Canva. And you can come in here and create a good header if you want. Because when you click on create a group, so there you go. And Mark says he's new to the direct sales industry. And needs a lot of coaching. I think the biggest thing with any type of sales, Mark, is that it's the natural inclination that most people gravitate to is they want to just tell everybody about their product or service because it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And what that means is you need to get into the business of mapping out your contacts. There will be a little bit of a delay because the moment that I'm asking and for you guys to submit questions, there's a delay. And so I'm just going to watch and see if those pop up on my feed here. And if there's some questions, we'll go and we'll talk about them. We'll go live to my screens if we need to, and we'll look through that. And so I'm just going to invite those questions to come in now. And if you have them, type them in for me. And I'll get ready here on my screen to show you. In fact, as we're doing that, I'm going to show Mark. I'm going to go to meet him, and I'm going to show Mark how to set up a group, or where to find the groups at. And I'm going to grab a drink real quick as this is popping up, and I'll see what questions come in. Okay. So here we go. So here. As you're coming into the group, into your news feed, you can go under groups here, and as you click on groups, right here, you're going to see this come up, and you can see the little box that says create a group, and you can create a group. You can search groups, so you can find the groups that you're interested in here. You can discover different industries where the groups are at, and so Mark, that should help with that. A great thing that you can use to create the group graphic or header, you can use canva.com, canva.com, Canva.com. And this is Canva. And you can come in here and create a good header if you want. Because when you click on create a group, so there you go. And Mark says he's new to the direct sales industry and needs a lot of coaching. I think the biggest thing with any type of sales, Mark, is that it's the natural inclination that most people gravitate to is they want to just tell everybody about their product or service because it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And what that means is you need to get into the business of mapping out your contacts. There's this great app called Contact Mapping. But mapping out and understanding how you can help your contacts, not just with your product or service, but just providing goodwill and in ways that you can be of value and of service. And the more that you do that, it's said in business and sales, 7 to 12 exposures before you get a yes. So let's just say 7 exposures that are not directly a pitch about your business. It's more about you making those touch points and contacts first. Mark, that's the biggest thing that people need to understand. It's not about someone says, well, I'm shy, I'm an introvert. I'm an introvert, guys. I know I'm on camera right now, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you were to, when I'm off camera, I'm a major introvert, okay? But here's the thing, Mark, anybody can build a network. And the beauty of Meetum is that you can build a network on Meetum. And you say, well, Randy, I don't know anybody. And here's the thing, that's not an excuse, because you can be an introvert like me and you can build an audience into the hundreds of thousands by, whether it be online or offline, whether you use Meetum or not. You could offline, you could go to networking events, things going around in your town, business gatherings and conferences and events, and just show up and serve. Find a need at an event and serve and be of help and of service, and just create relationship, right? But then if we translate that into building it online, it's the same way. Create communities or join in communities where you can serve and be of value and service. And when people see that you do that, they're going to gravitate to you. And your key is to keep track of how many touch points have I had with this person or that person or this community before I do a direct pitch to them and say, hey, take a look at my product or service. It'd be like, hey guys, I've been in here doing this and doing that and helping. But by the way, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you about this, right? And so that is a way for you to build on that. Other questions, guys, that you have, happy to answer them. If I tried to catch a bunch of the questions as we were going, and so I think I've gotten to most of them. Let's see here. All right, so I'm going to wrap up and just invite you guys, if you found value, share it with others. Let other people know about this platform. Go to the network section and invite other people to join Meetum as well, okay? And I guess with that, I'm going to close off the webinar, and thank you guys, and look forward to connecting with you on Meetum or potentially discussing premium services with you as well, all right? Talk to you soon.